done, by this point in your career, you've done all sorts of different types of genre movies. This is your first animated one. So I just wonder, was that something that you wanted to do, and what particularly appealed to you about this one?
It was something I wanted to do. Kind of always wanted to do, especially since having my first child. I've been watching nothing but sort of animated films, so it really developed a respect and love for them. But more than anything, what drew me to this was Tim. We were just commencing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and he said, hey, I got this other thing, just Corpse Bride, maybe you can take a look at it. So I read it, loved it, but somehow it didn't occur to me that we were going to be doing it at the same time. I thought it was going to be like months down the road, so I would have some time later to prepare for the character. So you can imagine my surprise when, as I was very, very focused on Wonka, Tim arrives, on set and says, hey, maybe tonight we'll go and record some Corpse Bride. It's like, sure, of course we can. I have no character. I didn't know what the guy was going to sound like or anything. Yeah, good fun.
How do you approach playing a character like this? And how do you decide on the particular British interpretation of him?
Well, everything for Corpse Bride happened very quick. It all happened in about 15-20 minutes, literally, because I had to finish the day as Wonka. And then right after work, Tim and I were going over to the studio for the session. So the process lasted about the length of the walk from the sound stage to the recording studio, which was pretty quick, where I just grilled him. I said, okay, where's he from? What do you want him to sound like? And then he was just sort of born in that little bit of time, and I didn't hear him for the first time until they gave me the nod, they were recording. So the preparation for this I was remiss, basically. I should be flogged.
Johnny, do your kids think it's cooler that you're a cartoon or a pirate?
I don't know. I'll ask them. The funny thing is with my kids, my daughter's 6, my boy's 3, and my daughter, she's quite sort of calm and ladylike and princessy, so she can sit there and watch a movie and not get real antsy. And normally my boy will watch for about 3.5 seconds and then sprint as fast as he can across the room to go and break something. And with this film, we watched Corpse Bride together. My boy sat on my lap and watched the entire film. Just didn't move, just riveted, loved it. Which says a lot. It's pretty full, this movie.
Wasn't too scary for him?
No, he loved it. There were certainly moments where you get that kind of jolt, but so did I.
Johnny, people think it's uncanny how you're able to take a character and give it your own spin. Obviously the pirate and Willy Wonka and almost that. Beyond just this character in 15 minutes walk, what all do you do to prepare for the various characters that you've developed, and how do you find that particularly unique Johnny Depp-ish quality that you give to all of them?
I don't know. I think with any character that it all comes from somewhere in there. So it starts from some place of truth within you, and then I don't know. It's weird when I read a script, I get these sort of images and stuff, as we've talked about before, like the sort of ideas come to me, and then sometimes the image of people come to me. With Sleepy Hollow, I kept seeing Roddy McDowell, Angela Lansbury, kind of thing. So that became the inspiration. Captain Jack. Keith became the inspiration because I started thinking of pirates as rock stars of the time. The idea that their legend arrived months, maybe years before they did. So So you just started, you know, taking little tidbits of things, you know, storing them up, you know, to use later.
Do you find it comes from media more as, for you, the external media as much as insight?
Well, not necessarily media, but I mean, for example, I mean, one of the primary responsibilities of an actor is to, and luxuries is the art of observation. You know, being able to watch people and yeah, watch their behavior. So I kind of, which is fascinating, because people are really nuts. I've really enjoyed that over the years. You know, just stealing little bits from people, incorporating them into characters.
Johnny, your friend Keith Richards has described songwriting as the one big song in the sky. You just keep reaching out and pulling out what you need. Can you apply that to your own work? Do you think there'll always be able to pull a character down?
Well, I mean, as long as I can sort of observe people, I feel like I'm always going to have these, be able to store these little tidbits and gems and stuff that people give me, you know, or that I steal. But there was a moment years back when I was sitting having a conversation with good old Marlon Brando, and listen, and he said, how many movies do you do a year? And I said, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. He said, you gotta watch yourself. I said, why is that? He said, because we only have so many faces in our pockets. And you know, after you know, all this time later, I sort of realized how right he was. You know, he was very, very